Please clap for him, okay?
Good afternoon, everyone. The National Service Authority will be joining us. So, in the time that they get here, I'll say all protocols duly observed. The University of Ghana is grateful to have the esteemed officials of the Secretariat joining us, as their annual presence helps shape the future of our soon-to-be graduates. We deeply appreciate their ongoing support and dedication. To our final year students, all of you gathered here, this will not be the last time you'll be gathered here as a class. Very soon, you'll be gathered here again as your congregation. We look forward to that with pride. Until then, your presence here is testament to your hard work and perseverance. Some fell along the way, but you are here, and we appreciate how far you have come. We congratulate you on your successes so far. The National Service is not only mandatory, but a vital bridge to your professional and career development. Understanding the essence of the scheme is crucial to your personal and professional development. During this orientation, you will receive essential information on the opportunities and responsibilities that lie ahead. Bear in mind at all times that you are representatives of the University of Ghana wherever you are, and your conduct will reflect the training imbibed in you by the University of Ghana. We are proud of how far you have come on your academic journey and trust you will be excellent ambassadors of the university. We have high expectations of you all and have unwavering faith in your abilities. I entreat you to pay rapt attention to the presentations to ensure your seamless onboarding onto the National Service Scheme. On behalf of the Director of Academic Affairs, I say welcome to the 2025 NSS orientation. Thank you.
Officially welcome from the Academic Affairs Directors. Okay. Now, next on the list, I will introduce the next person. We have a representative from the Career and Counseling Directorate. She's here to give a brief message to guide you and help you as well on this journey as a National Service personnel. So please, help me welcome Ms. Edna Pentil.
Hello. We are excited we are finishing UG, right? No, you want to stay here? We have postgraduate programs you can take part in. So you can start applying for master's degree and come here. Anyway, since you're in 400, congratulations, finally. You are in level 400. And I'm sure some of you didn't think that you will finish or you'll get to 400 soon, right? Yes. And now we are all coming to apply for national service. We are getting into the world of work. We are coming to start. Now the reality is about to sit in. Your parents will stop giving you money. All the side monies. Reality check. All these things are going to stop. So you won't be getting this money again. And so how prepared are we for the job of work or the world of work? Do we all have somewhere we want to do national service? Are we looking for national service? Okay, you are not looking for national service. Okay, today as I come here, I'm here to provide national service opportunities to all UG students. So I have companies who are looking for UG students to do national service with. That's why I'm here today. So those of you who never visited the Careers and Counseling Directorate, you have this short period to visit us before you leave. So tomorrow, I'm sure most of you have heard about it. Tomorrow we have Career Day coming on. Yes. So tomorrow we have career day at the city conference center. You know city conference. Now you are 4 years, so you know everywhere on campus. We have career day at the city conference. And this year we are focusing on exploring careers of today, the place of artificial intelligence. So at the beginning, we have a morning session that's starting at 9:30. We've invited industry players to talk about career and also artificial intelligence, because we know that now we are moving to the artificial intelligence era. So we are going towards that place. They are going to talk about different careers, different areas that will that you can add artificial intelligence to help you for the job of work or the world of work. And we don't want to end there. We have a career fair also coming on just after this program. And the career fair, you know the HR directors that you go to their offices, you never meet them. Tomorrow they are coming. They are coming to set up. So they all have a booth. They are all coming to set up, ready to take CVs from you. They are ready to take internship letters from you because they have opportunities available. So they want you to come and speak to them, have interaction with them, tell them about national service. You want to do national service with them. What are the opportunities they have? Some of them are taking national service that will lead to full-time jobs. Some of them are looking for just national service personnel. Some of them are even looking for internship. So the short period you spend at home before national service comes. Some of them are looking at that. Volunteering opportunities. And if you know anybody who has finished school, who is looking for a job, some of them too are also there coming to recruit people for full-time jobs. So invite people to come. So I'll just mention some of the companies that will be coming. And then if you check your student mails, I have sent you all sample CVs. Use it to tailor your CV to fit what the companies that we are coming for national service and bring it to them. So don't come alone. Come with a CV and give to the company. And make sure you dress properly. Don't wear chalewote and come. Dress properly because these are HR directors who are coming to have interactions with you. AI 400. So we have companies like Stanbic Bank. Stanbic Bank will be coming to take CVs for people. We have ALX Africa, SEO Africa. You've heard about SEO. Those who help students go to Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and those places. That one is not national service. That's more full-time job. So they have, that company is also coming. We have Procus Ghana. You know Procus? Kivo. You know Kivo? Yeah. They are coming. And they have a nice item 13 too for you. So you come along. We have Total Energies. Total Energies will also be there. We have Wayex Logistics. We have Sunda International. You know Sunda? Softcare, those people. Yeah, they are Sunda. They are coming. Then we have Media General. Media General is actually coming to recruit a lot of people. Media General says that those of you who want to get into the media space, those who are lawyers, students who want to become lawyers, administrators, HR, they are coming to recruit all these people, so you should come. We have Telecel Ghana. Telecel Ghana to be there. We have Bruce, Unifa Brothers, Zonda. You know Zonda, the cars, those who do the cars. Yes, they'll also be there. We have Amalitech. Amalitech is the IT people. We have Dosh Ghana. We have Huawei. Huawei Ghana. And I know some of you will be coming for interviews tomorrow at Huawei. So Huawei is actually doing on-spot interviews tomorrow to recruit people for national service. We have Ghana Joye Steels, Larisha Furniture, Ghana Immigration and Beyond. We have Nestle Ghana, and Nestle Ghana is coming with a lot of item 13 for you too. Business students, we have KPMG. KPMG is coming. It's not only for business students, actually. All other students can take part. We have Isaka, and we have Amalitech, Turntable. Yeah, and a whole lot of companies. All these companies are coming. Check your student meals. We've sent it there. Make sure you come. Please, 9 o'clock tomorrow at the CD Conference Center. Please come. When you are coming, please, you are UG students, dress professional, that you are coming for opportunities. And then please come along with your CVs. All these companies, we have so many, over 20 companies, I think about 25 or 30 companies are coming tomorrow to recruit. And that is a good opportunity for you to get your chance to do national service, because I'm sure most of you sitting here, you don't know where you are going to do your national service and things. So please don't leave it to faith. Come and see them, and then you get opportunity to do national service with them. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'm at the Careers and Counseling Directorate. That's when you descend. You will see our office there. Pass by and ask us all the questions you want to ask. Thank you.
Please, is that all you can do for her? Okay, so if you could recall, I shared some documents around or papers around. It's our WhatsApp channel. Academic Affairs Directorate have a WhatsApp channel, and we encourage you to, scan the QR code and then join. The reason is any important message is shared on the WhatsApp channel, which is academic related. So please, make sure before you leave, you have access to the QR code and you have joined the channel. It will help you get updated with any information to help you in this journey. I have to also use this opportunity to acknowledge some important personalities. And if you are wondering who I'm coming to mention, you are number one on the list. So give it up for you, because if you were not here, this wouldn't be a success. So we really, acknowledge your presence today. Now, if you have any representative from the student SRC, please let us have you here. Anyone from SRC, the leadership? Anyone? Jeffrey and Co. Is anyone here? Please, if you are here, your seat is up on stage. Kindly join us, okay? And then we also want to find out if we have any district representative. If you are here from the district, National Service District, kindly come upstage. Your seat is actually here. And so we give you the opportunity to do that, and we'll be excited to have you join us upstage. Okay. Now, one thing that is very important on this journey is also how payment is going to be made. You know, you used to hear reports. I've been a national service personnel before, and I was a student here years back. But you do service and your alawa is not coming. So we have banks actually here. ABSA is here. Republic Bank is here. Kindly engage them to register for the Ghana Pay, the medium through which your national service allowance are going to be paid. So please, before you leave this auditorium, make sure you have actually gone to their stands and then register on the Ghana Pay to allow payment of your national service allowances. All right, next on the list, I will kindly invite a very important person for this assignment as we are gathered this afternoon. He is Mr. Trinibu Akodia from National Service. Please, sir, the stage is yours.
Mr. Trinibu Akodia has had to attend to something briefly. While he does that, I would like to have a brief interaction with our soon-to-graduate students. As head of student services, paramount among my responsibilities is to ensure that you all graduate successfully. And so I'm going to do something brief on graduation. As you near the completion of your program, it's essential that your records are in order to facilitate your easy graduation. By this time, you should have checked your records to ensure that all your grades are intact. You can do this by logging onto the MIS to view your results. I want to entreat you all to do so. If you have issues with your results, you're encouraged to speak to your departmental exam officer or course advisors. They would provide adequate information on requirements for graduation. Please do not wait until the date for graduation is announced. Do not wait until the list of graduating students is published before you start running helter-skelter with regards to your graduation. Let's take proactive steps now. There's opportunity to redeem papers that have been trailed. There's opportunity to get resits done either as regular or supplementary examination. So I treat everyone, if you have doubts about your eligibility for graduation, within this week, before the deadline for registration. Do you know the deadline for registration? What's the deadline for registration? 13th. That's Friday. Before Friday, please pass by your department. Your course advisors are available. They would look at your records and tell you where you are lacking. And if need be for you to register for a receipt, let's do that. We've come far. Let's take the bull by the horns and finish well. Okay? I also want to entreat students who have abbreviations in their names to, as a matter of urgency, visit the Office of the Director of Academic Affairs. In filling your form, you were notified, your admission form, you were notified that the University of Ghana does not accept abbreviations in names. So if you have a K, an A, and we all know what an abbreviation is. Those who write junior with JNR, senior with SNR, JR, FR, please, if you have any of those in your bio records, visit the Office of the Director of Academic Affairs, room D10, for guidance and assistance on the way to proceed to facilitate your smooth graduation. Once again, I'll entreat you not to wait till the very last minute to have these things sorted out. Mr. Trinibo Akodia is here. I'll kindly invite him to take over and introduce the NSS team and take us through today's presentations. Thank you.
Okay. I want to pass this out before we start with the presentation from Mr. Trinibo Akodia. All right, so he mentioned about abbreviations, right? And then there's also, you know that we issued a notice about correction of biographic particulars. So what we are trying to say is that if there's an error in your name, it's going to affect your national service registration, how smooth it's going to be. And so you have the opportunity to also visit the Office of the Director, Academic Affairs Directorate, room D10, specifically to inquire how you can resolve the issue to ensure that you can register smoothly for the national service. All right, thank you.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm introducing myself. My name is Jennifer Piabempa, the Regional Director for Greater Accra Region. And I'm here to take you through the history and the do's and don'ts of national service while you wait for the slides on the registration process. National service. National service is the reason we are here. Students or prospective national service persons, that is what we call you. All young students who are about to complete their tertiary education. As soon as you complete, what you do is national service. And national service scheme or national service authority is the organization that is mandated to take you through the national service program. National service didn't come by itself. In 1973, national service was established by students like you. A few students from the 3 premier universities, University of Ghana, University of Science and Technology, and then University of Cape Coast. These 3 universities came together. The students who were completing school came together to offer themselves freely by way of corporate responsibility. Of course, it wasn't for free because at the end of each month, they were paid some allowance. But then the allowance they were taking did not commensurate with the kind of job or the kind of activities that they performed at the time. Just as now, what the national service personnel are taking does not commensurate with the activities that they do. So that is how national service came about. In 1973, it was established under the then government that was there, National Redemption Council, NRC. So it was established under NRC Decree 208. In 1980, the NRCD 208 was reviewed to Act 426. And then currently, the Act 426 has been reviewed. And now, national service comes under Act 1119. That one just happened last year, late last year. So national service is now under Act 1119. Under the Act, the vision still holds. The vision is leader in youth service. That is the vision for national service. And then the mission is deployment for employment. Why deployment for employment? Deployment for employment because we realize that after national service, because of your numbers, getting jobs is difficult. So normally you hear people, coming together to form unemployment association. Now we don't want that to happen again. So what national service seeks to do now is to make sure personnel or those who go through national service get employed by the time they complete national service. A lot of initiatives have been put in place to make sure of that. And I'm explaining the reason why we have the deployment for employment. You hear more about the initiatives as time goes on. Coverage of national service. Coverage of national service is 12 calendar months. 12 calendar months. It's not 6 months. When you start the national service in September, you are supposed to end in August. You end in July technically, and August month becomes annual leave for you. It's never 6 months. People still come to our office to find out whether after 6 months they are free to go. But that is not it. Target group. it's only those who are Ghanaians. If you are not a Ghanaian, you are not eligible to do national service. And you might have completed your course and passed. That one too is a requirement. And you also have to be above 18 years. We have a lot of criteria for posting our people. The main one that we know is the demand-driven criteria. All the public, private user agencies will send us request for national service. And based on that, we will post our people. We also have other areas that determine the postings that we do. One of such areas is our own organizational philosophy. This year, for example, we've given ourselves the target of sending 60% of our people, our personnel, you sitting here, sending 60% of you to the private organizations. Yes. Before we can do that, you have to help us. You have to help us. Much as we are reaching out to them, we also want you to also do same and get more requests for us to post you there. So if you can reach out to any private user agency, we'll just post you there. It's simple, because our target is to get 60% of you there. That is our organizational philosophy. That is one of the criteria we are using. We also have the sector ministries philosophy. Now we fall under Ministry of Youth. And the sector ministries philosophy now is to get more youth into commercial farming. And National Service has taken the lead. National Service has taken the lead in this. We've done a lot of these farming. We've initiated a lot of them. Go to Kumawu, we have 200,000 acres of land that we have started cultivating. I wish we had brought some of the pictures. Okay. I wish we had brought some of the pictures for you to see. Whatever it is, as part of it. We also have one other group that we post personnel to. I know as we sit here, we have people who are already working. Show by hand if you are one of them. Students who are working, who are already working and are here. Well, we'll fish you out anyway. So those who are working and schooling at the same time, you belong to one umbrella. When you complete school and you are failing, during the registration process, the IT man in charge of it will emphasize more on that. So your time will come. You know how to go through your registration process. We also have people who have health conditions. That one too, your health condition with a documentary evidence defines where we should send you. We also have nursing mothers, pregnant women, and married women. Those people too, if you are going through the registration process and you let us know, that one, based on your address, will be able to give you a good posting or a posting that will help you to be able to do your national service. Then, in the course of your national service, around May and June, you'll be given an opportunity on your dashboard to fill an annual assessment form. Based on that, you get your certificate. by the end of the service. Because the certification goes through a process, we start early so that by the time you complete the national service around July, August, the certificate will be ready for you. That one too, when you see the form on your dashboard, you have to fill it, complete it, and send it to your district office for them to also work on it, process it, and send it to the headquarters, the department that is in charge of certification. If you are here and you are 40 years, you are exempted from doing national service. You don't have to come and worry us. You are too old to do national service. If you have done 1 year national service during your HND period, you are not eligible to come and do national service again, because if you do, the system will get hold of you. And your 40 cedis and all other, expenses that you incur will be zero for you. When can one defer national service? You can defer national service when you are not well, and you can prove it with documentation. If you have a health condition that will not allow you to do national service, just bring the documentation and then we'll help you to defer. When you are strong enough to continue to do your national service, we'll let you do it. Also, when you have an admission to do a postgraduate course and you think the national service will be an impediment on your way, we will allow you to defer your national service and complete your course. After that, you can come and do your service. Last but not the least, when you have an exam to rewrite, you can just defer and finish, because if you don't complete your paper, you will not be allowed to do national service. So while you sit here, please take your studies serious and make sure you pass all your exam so that you can successfully come and do your national service. There are a few do's and don'ts in national service. For example, we have what we call evasion. When national service is announced and registration date is given out, please quickly rush to go and register. Some people will just sit, relax, and wait until January, December, when everything has ended. If you do that, it means you have evaded national service. That is an offense. You cannot sit in this country and not do national service, because wherever you go for a job, they will ask for your national service certificate. So you don't have to evade national service. Some other group too, what they do is that they will take the registration, go through the registration process all right, and then wait until February or March when they are done halfway through, and then they will say they are done with their national service. That one, it means you have deserted post. So you cannot do that. That one too is an offense. And then you cannot post yourself. Some people too will not go to work at all. This afternoon, for example, I've had a call from one university about one young man who has disrespected the vice chancellor. Can you imagine? So all these things are things you don't have to do. When the time is due for you to go and do your registration, quickly pick bag and baggage, especially your Ghana card and your appointment letter sheet, and then go through your registration peacefully. While doing your national service, there is one beautiful thing that always happens. That is what we call the National Service Personnel Association. As we sit here, we have the executive here, the apex executive. It starts from the districts and end at the national level. We have the district level, the regional, and then the national level. Anybody here at all can opt to become an executive. As you sit here, as soon as you register to do national service, you become an automatic member of the association. We also have insurance arrangements for personnel when they come to do their national service. During your registration, you see a lot of them around. If you opt for it, it's going to help you. For example, just last week, one of our personnel passed, and we went through the records and we realized the lady actually took advantage of the insurance. So even though she has passed, she passed while going on to deliver. At least whatever she's going to get can take care of the baby, for some time. As for health insurance, we know everybody has it here. If you don't have the national health insurance, at least you are capable of having the other ones, so that wherever you are posted to, it will be easier for you to get yourself sorted out in the event of you, finding yourself in an uncomfortable situation. The insurance packages that the people do for us takes care of our hospitalization and a lot more other things. So you can take care of that. And then one other thing I want to talk about is the payment of personnel allowance. The 715.27 is not a small money. I'm not lying. Otherwise, why would 40-year-olds who are supposed to be exempted still continue to come on board? So that is it. At the end of each month, personnel are paid that amount. There are 3 categories. We have the subvented and the non-subvented. Subvented in the area of you being posted to all the public, agencies, health, NGOs, education, and, all that. Those posted there, it is national service that pays them. National service that pays them. Before you can be paid, the district in which you'll be posted to, you go through some processes before you could be paid at the end of each month. Our payment, even though those of us who are paid by the government, even though we take our monies at the end of each month, in your case, you start processing your monies on the 15th of every month. You go to your office, your district office for the processing to begin before you could be paid at the end of the month. That is for the subvented category, those who are going to be posted to the public institutions. We have the non-subvented category, that is those who are going to be posted to the private institutions that we are talking about. For them, it is the institution that is going to pay you. That one is going to be easy. At the end of the month, you take your allowance. But then, after paying you, they have to pay 20% of the allowance to national service. All right. The last category, the last but not the least category, are those who are here and are working and schooling at the same time. When you do you definitely have to do your national service. So you inform us about it, and then you come for your registration, You take your salary all right at the end of each month, but then after every month, you have to pay national service. You pay 10% of the national service allowance, not 10% of your salary. You have to pay 10% of your national service allowance to national service. So that is the payment arrangement of national service. If you have any issues about it, when we are done and we get to the Q&A session, you can ask questions about it. Since the registration process and others are also very important, I think I'll pause here for my bosses to also take over. Thank you for now. All right. Once again, we are very privileged to have in our midst very important personalities from the National Service Authority. We have all the three director generals in our midst here. We have Mr. Felix Jemfi, who is the Director General of National Service in our midst. We also have the Deputy Director General in charge of Finance and Administration, Madame Ruth Sedo. And last but not the least, we have the Deputy Director General in charge of Operations, Mr. Fuseni Dongo, in our midst. First, you are welcome.
Hello. We also have in our midst today our host, the very prominent Director of Academic Affairs. She is Mrs. Lydia Anwa Nyako Dankwa. Thank you. We will hand over back to the NSS.
All right. At this juncture, we will invite the Deputy Director General for Operations and Programs to take charge of the rest of the program. So please, you are welcome.
Hello. Good afternoon to you all. I'm actually not taking charge of the program. I'm just coming to share something little with you that I need you to all pay attention to, especially regarding your postings. My sister was trying to explain to you the rationale behind us posting you to the private sector, and then requested that you assist us in doing so. What we simply want from you is that maybe there's a particular company or an organization that you know has a vacancy you're training here. So you bring such organization's name to us during the time of deployment or the time of your registration. You bring a letter from that organization that they want you posted to them. That way, one, you get better training. At least you have more than 50% chances of getting employed after your service there. Unfortunately, most of us, I want to go to MPA, I want to go to Ghana Gas, imagine sociology students going to Ghana Gas. What are you going to do there? No, let's be frank. No, you see, those are some of the ways we miss it. So, if you are doing sociology and you want to do humanities, the ministries are there for you. Go to the ministries, go to the public sector, go to the administrative sector. Let the oil and gas people go and do their oil and gas. Let the agric people go and do their agric. That is simply what we are saying. Otherwise, you all go to MPA and they will put you at the reception desk. What kind of training are you going to get at the reception? So, that is the reality. You may not like the truth, but I like to be frank. So, there are a lot of private contractors in this country. Talk of the Joe Shops, talk of the Atachis, talk of the Josmos, all those big time construction companies. You are engineering students. What is your business at the Ministry of Local Government? What are you going to do there? Plus, maybe if we attach you to one of these giant construction companies, one, you have a better chance of knowing practically what you studied here. Hands on the job. And you have a better chance of being employed. So that is the strategy that I want us all to understand. That wherever you've studied, look at your market area. At least identify one area that you can best get better training. But then if you don't also have that, that is where we also come in. If you don't have it at all in the private sector, we will look for where you will better get a training. So this time around, it's not going to be protocol postings anymore. No. Based on your training here, that is where we'll deploy you to. So you can get better training. Do we understand each other? Well, it will happen though. So, that said, there is one very vital thing I want us all to understand as well. This ghost called special postings. Postings are not done on Legon campus. Please. Postings are done at the National Service Head Office. Your registrar submits the list to us with your index numbers. After that, the school's job is done. Our job is to deploy you based on your qualifications and your trainings here to the institutions that we believe you can better put your studies to a professional use. So if anybody comes to you and says, give me money, I'll give you special postings, I'm sorry, but you are taking the lotto. And that lotto has a very slim chance of getting through for you. So please, no postings on campus. We do all the postings at the office. And like she said, there are special cases that we consider. All the ones that she enumerated, we consider those things. But aside that, nothing else. We've not contracted anybody. I repeat, we've not contracted anybody to solicit money on our behalf on Legon campus for postings. No. Postings are done freely. We don't charge for postings. That is by way of caution anyway. But if you still feel like you want to try your luck, well, you are on your own. The authority will not be held liable. Then last but not the least, there's a lot of programs also going on now that we are, instead of just deploying you for services, now the authority itself is trying to train you as well. So whilst you are serving, you are also putting your skills in use so that you generate incomes while serving. And that was what my sister was trying to explain to you, that we are now venturing into a lot of commercial agribusiness, not just farming. We're doing poultry farming, we're doing cereal farming, vegetable farming, but then the most important aspect is the marketing. The marketing aspect is where we'll need a lot of your skills, especially the marketing students, where National Service will partner with Get Fund. We establish a lot of poultry farms in all the secondary schools of this country, but then marketing students and then the Greek students, it will be given to you as a project to manage. Do you understand? So whilst you are managing it, you earn a commission on it. So aside your allowance, you'll be earning commission on the sales of the birds and the eggs that you also produce. And that is where we want you to avert your minds to. So by the time you finish your service, if you love what you do, the authority together with Get Fund sets up one of the poultry producing factories or poultry farms for you. Then you can continue that alongside your what you call the white man's job. So that is the strategy of National Service going forward. We are no more just deploying you for service. We are training you for service. Thank you very much, and God bless us all. Sorry. One last thing. Of course, forgive me because I'm giving you a lot of bad news. That is my job as operations. When your mother comes, she will pamper you, so don't worry about that. This August, we are going to start the military training as well. Don't worry, I'll be there with you. Hello. Unfortunately, it is not my decision. It is the decision of the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. But then, this is how it's going to be. For this first year, we are starting the piloting with about 10,000 of you. Now, let me clarify very well. It is not the military training into military service we are giving you. This is military orientation. So you are not going to shoot guns. They are not going to starve you. But at least you will get to see how a gun looks like. But the most important aspect of this military orientation is to get you trained for emergency services. So that wherever you find yourself, in case there is disaster, in case there's anything, at least you can offer some, at least critical emergency care before even the paramedics comes in. And then, topmost is to at least get us some fitness and then discipline in our work. So the military training is coming off. It's taking off this August. But then, this year, those who choose to be part, I can promise you, you will be the people who will enjoy the special postings. That is a fact. If you don't want to go for military training, why should I post you to the Jubilee House? So it is those who go for the military training, they will be doing the MPAs, the Jubilee House, the Foreign Affairs. They will be the ones who will be doing it. But then, after this year, it is going to be mandatory. From next year going, everybody will be part of it. So, thank you very much. And sorry, I'm the bearer of bad news.
Hello. Right, we will take some remarks from the Deputy Director General responsible for Finance and Administration. Madam, you're welcome.
Hello. Hello, fellow Legonites. I say so because I am still here at the law faculty. I always say that if you have the privilege to come to Legon, you are halfway through being successful in life. And so we have no excuse whatsoever to fail, right? And we are bound to go into the world and show them what we are made of, irrespective of the challenges that we are bound to face. I realized that when my colleague mentioned that from next year it's going to be mandatory, you were all cheering. Why were you cheering? Because the mandatory service will not start from you, right? You have escaped it. But we can review it too. But I think that is something we should all be very enthused about, very happy and excited about. I believe in this country or all over the world, people have this special respect for people who are within the military, isn't it? And it is because of their level of discipline, their level of toughness and strength. And I think that if we are going to have just a piece of what they go through, we should also be proud among our colleagues, isn't it? Isn't it? You don't want to wake up at a certain time. But interestingly, that is what life has for us. Unless we just want to live life for the sake of living. But if you want to live life with focus and some sense of direction, then you cannot dictate for life how life treats you. Life dictates to you actually how you must live it. Do you understand me? Are you with me? That is the reality. And so going into the world of work, know that you don't have the laxity to sleep for the many hours that you used to do. Know that you must be at work at a certain time. Know that you are going to work with superiors and you must give them the maximum cooperation and respect that is needed in a corporate world. Know that you'll be working with colleagues, some who are so poisonous, some who are so kind, some who are so loving, some who will be dragging you as much, irrespective of how well you work and how hard you work. This is the reality. And so I just want to encourage all of you that it's going to be a good experience, but just know that it may not just be as rosy as we all want it to be. But it is experience, and life is full of experiences. When you want to take a bold decision to venture into anything, you have two options. You either go anyway and lose, or you can still go and win. But you can as well decide to quit and just lose. Do you get a scenario? So you either go in, win or lose. Those are two options, depending on maybe your fortunes, on luck, or any other thing, preparation. You can win or you can lose. But if you decide not to venture at all, that is a complete lose because you don't even try to win, isn't it? And so I want to encourage all of you that there is a better future out there, and National Service Authority is going to give you that fine, beautiful platform to explore what you have been taught right here.
Definitely, as the one in charge of finance and administration, I'm sure your ears are itchy to know if government has any plans whatsoever towards further maybe increasing and increasing your pounds, right? I can assure you that talks are far advanced. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, has assured us of something very juicy. With the support of the finance minister, and with all of us knowing how well the economy is being managed and how good our city is gaining grounds, I am sure that you have the confidence that good news is coming your way. And so let's just know that plans are far advanced, and then in our next budget, you will hear a very good news about your allowances. Let me also add my voice to those who have already spoken with regards to the private sector. Colleagues, it's a necessity and very important that we choose the private sector. I would wish that everybody here decides to opt for the private sector. With the private sector, you get hands-on practical experiences about what you have learned. Is it procurement? Is it whatever, management? Whatever it is. Even if you did political science, come and see me, all right? So that I post you to NDC National Headquarters. So that you can get hands-on experience when it comes to political science, isn't it? So the whole target is matching what you have learned in school with the job requirements on the grounds. And the good thing is, most of the times, those who venture into the private sector, by the time they are done with school, with the service, if you are able to show yourself, to show your strength and your experience and your skills and discipline, most importantly, then you get recruited, sometimes on contracts, 2 years, it's renewed again. And by the time you realize, you are in there as a permanent staff. And it's going to be a good start for you. Unlike it is with the government institutions. We have so many. You go to MPA. I heard them repeating MPA. You go to MPA, they have over, I think, about 350 personnel at NPA. And interestingly, there's a shift going on. So you're going to ask yourself that bedroom is so. When am I going to learn anything? How am I going to learn how to bid? So virtually you are done with the service and you come home empty-headed without learning anything. So please, I want to encourage you that let's avert our minds to that and let's encourage ourselves that with the private sector, there are better opportunities out there for us. Do you agree with me? I hope, I say yes, no, from power. You don't want to, or you don't want to work. Okay, the last thing I would also want to say, and I know you are not going to be happy about it, but it is important that I mention it, is we have majority of us who have lived all our lives in Accra or in the cities elsewhere around the regions. And then during our service, we still want to remain in the big cities. Ghana is big. We have 16 regions. 276 constituencies. Why don't you think of opting to tour around Ghana? Hello. To see what the other regions also have to offer. To get first-hand experience with them, mix with them, get to understand their culture. All right. There are many voices saying no, but I know few of you will be agreeing with what I'm saying. So I happened to listen to one of the bank managers, I think Ghana Commercial Bank, who has worked with Ghana Commercial Bank for a very long time, I think about 25 years or so, and has risen to a very high rank. And then he said that, Ruth, you know that I was posted to somewhere in Afram Plains as a national service personnel. And I said, oh, okay, interesting. And after the service, all the way, how many of you know Afram Plains? It's about 7 hours from Accra. And you have to cross rivers. Exactly, but it's such a beautiful place. With beautiful people who are very receptive and will give you all the attention you need. And so, when he was done with his service, due to how hard he worked and the fact that many more personnel refused to go to those places or to that particular constituency or district, it was almost like he was the only one who accepted to go. And so he had all the opportunities which were there available to many other people who would have agreed to go. He took advantage of all those opportunities. And lo and for the past, 18 years. And he has been rising and rising and rising. Contrary to other people or other colleagues of his who had refused to go to Afram Plains, I'm sure after they were done with their national service in Accra or all the big cities, they stayed home maybe 5 years, 10 years still looking for jobs. When he had already secured himself a good juicy job with good salary because he agreed to go to the rural communities. Sometimes we need to make very difficult decisions. But trust me, everything that has a difficult ending has a beautiful, that has a difficult beginning has a beautiful ending. And so I can only encourage and tell you from my experiences in life that where people refuse to go, be that person to accept it. And trust me, you will never regret it. You will one day remember me and thank me for this promise. Thank all of you. God bless you.
All right, thank you, Director. We will now invite the Director General for the keynote address. Let's welcome the Director.
Hello, good afternoon. I am particularly not in the mood of talking lately, but when I heard it is Legon, then I have to come. For those of you in this room, I'm sure you consider that you are in hallowed grounds. This particular room is a hallowed place. I wrote my last exams here in, I think, May 2003. Ruth and Honorable Hussaini have told you about what you expect coming to do national service. But I'd like you to give me a few minutes of your time to hear me out. In May 2003, when I left Legon, of course, for my first degree, the world I left at the time is completely different from the world today. It was a world without internet, and even when there was internet, it wasn't as widespread as we have today. The only place we could send and receive mails was the VVU. I don't know whether we still have it. On top of the university bookshop. And that was the only bookshop we had at the time. Our mobile phones were not internet enabled. They were all analog phones. I think now the university has internet-wide service. Wherever you stand, you could log onto the university's internet Wi-Fi system, isn't it? No? Well, yeah, you're not far from it. I think government's policy is in that direction. So, you are leaving, but those who would come after you in the next few months or years, all these things will be deployed not only in the university campuses, but in the universities and most educational institutions. But why I'm referencing these changes in economic and social circumstances is because of the next thing that you should be looking forward to. The mindset you have graduating from University of Ghana this year should be different from the mindset we had when we left school. Otherwise, there's going to be challenge. All right? I remember when we left school, it took, for those who went to the job markets right away after national service, at least it took them 4 years. And at the time, the jobs there were in the banks. If you were looking for the jobs that my friends and I were looking for at the time, very few people thought about anything else apart from the banks. And then there were some jobs in the public sector, in the ministries. There were some jobs in NGO, if you those who were very brave enough to venture outside Accra. I can report to you today that today all those jobs have disappeared. Today, the language for young people who are looking to make it in life is to be ingenious and be creative, because our economy has grown beyond the formal sector. Where the economy is growing now is in the informal sector. So if you were looking for jobs in the banks, your lack of finding jobs in the banks or office job is as good as Ghana winning the World Cup next year or so. To be candid with you, it's not bright. I'm sure there would have been a better analogy, but that's how I see it. You have to give yourself a certain degree of certainty. And the certainty that you need in life is to do well for yourself by learning practical skills beyond academic work. What are some of the practical works I'm talking about? And here's where you have to listen to me. Those of you who have digital skills, those of you who have serious digital skills. Of course, now people are selling so many things online. You know, those of you can cook very well and then can put it out there, and then before you know, you live in Ashalewoche, but somebody is interested in your cooking at, East Legon. You can cook shit up very well and bottle it very well, and then it can not only stay in Accra, but it can go to Ontario through KLM, through Schiphol Airport, through the airport in Canada. Those of you who can speak very well so that you can do telemarketing for a company that is selling insurance in California. All right? Those of you who, even after you have acquired degrees in English, like I did here, you can set up, a shop and bring people together who can sew clothes so that we can sell them in Paris. These are some of the few examples that I'm telling you. I'm saying this to mean that the traditional white-collar job that we envisage, that we were told about, has disappeared. That is how come people are spending 10 years after national service without finding work. And that reality is stark. So I was telling the Director of Academic Affairs that this year we are looking forward to sending most of our service persons into the private sector, where people can find real practical work. Because what sense does it make that your mother sold wache to take care of you through university, and then your mother still sells this wache, and then you have finished university after national service 2 years, you are still in the room, you haven't found work, but your mother's wache business still is 1,000 Ghana cedis a day. Although the wache finishes at 10 a.m. and people still queue to get wache to buy. Now, I'm sure all of you here know how much you pick phones to order food from outside, and within minutes, the food is brought from either Watcha, Brante, or the pizza or something. Is that not the case? That is the economy. That is where you and I have to be looking at, where we can add value to the traditional staples that we had, so that we can add value to them and then, sell them. Come together with a couple of your friends, deploy the unique skills you have, and put it out there and make some money out of it. By all means, not all of us can own businesses and employ other people. But for those of you who will dare, you'll be very happy with the choice that you make. So, by all means, I would like you to think beyond the traditional notion of national service, that you are going to be given a desk and you're going to be given a paper and a schedule, and then you'll be going up and down and all that. I'll be very happy if 100 people end up in the Achim area and learning how to process palm oil. Because our industries that refine palm oil is importing palm oil from Cote d'Ivoire and other places in millions of dollars. It's raining now. Tomato is in season. Very soon, tomato will run out of season. For those of you who are doing food science, what are you bringing on board so that we can process these tomatoes, so that when tomato gets out of season, you'll be in business? So, the traditional world that my friends and I came to in 2003, that is gone. Now, when you look around you, what can you do to boost your local economy? What are the chances there? What can sell around you? So that even as you go home and you are doing your national service and you come home on the weekends, what business can you do? So that when things go south and you have to stay at home for 6 years, 7 years, 11 years, and you're not finding work, how would you add value to yourself so that you don't go begging people? Because the reality out there is not the same for everybody. I did English and history here and then did a further master's in public policy. But before I became, I work with national service, but before I had this position I am in now, I've been working in construction. I work with carpenters, masons, laborers. On a daily basis, I go on the sun with them. I sit on the back of a motorbike and go to Cantamanto to buy, louver blades, nails, and other things like that. That is a guaranteed way for you guys to become millionaires. For you guys to buy the things that you need for yourself. If you delude yourself into thinking that, the office is that glitters, that is where gold is found, you are joking. So please, this afternoon, if you forget everything, of course, I'd like you to remember what my colleagues have said, but let's be deliberate about it. There are still friends who we left school in 2003 with. They've still not settled in their path in life. They are waiting for the jobs to get married. They are waiting for the next job to have children. Do you know how old we are? So I beg you, my young brothers and sisters, I would like us to be very candid with each other. By all means, when opportunity comes for you to be posted to Ahafo, accept it. Because the next phase of the Ghanaian economy is in the rural areas and the regions. where we are going to process cashew. All right? People have left India and come, and they are processing cashew and sending it back to India to sell. Yesterday, I was in the office when some Indians came to the office. And what they are looking to do is that when National Service produces the maize, the tomatoes, they want to add value to it and send it back to their country. And I told them that, so if you guys can do it, what about us? Because that's where the bigger profit is. The bigger profit is not when you sell maize or cassava in its raw stage. Because they were proposing that they will sell a kilo of cassava to us for 70 pesos. But when you have processed it into starch, when you have processed cassava into starch, do you know how much you get per kilogram? So my brothers and sisters, that is where the future is. And I would like to thank you for your attention. Thank you so much.
All right. At this juncture, we will go through the online enrollment process and then how you are going to get paid. So I would like you to put down some few notes so you don't forget the process. Right. So we have already asked your school authorities to upload the list of all final year students who qualify for national service. The list is to enable us generate what we call a PIN code for each and every one of you. And you are going to use the PIN code to generate your NSS number based on which will be posted for service. Okay? So the PIN code is simply a 13 alphanumeric data which you are going to use to generate the NSS number. Right. So kindly note down the address smarthub.nss.gov.gh. smarthub.nss.gov.gh. Now, the expectation is that before your school uploaded the list, you would have been given the opportunity to cross-check the spelling and arrangement of your name, your index number, your date of birth, and the course you are reading. Now, your course, index number, date of birth, everything is bad. In other words, if there is any mistake, you cannot correct it. So it's baggage in, baggage out. So those of you who have multiple date of births, please, you are only going to use the one that was submitted by your school to generate your PIN code. Okay? Right. So once the PIN codes are ready, we will announce it officially. Once you hear the announcement, you simply log on here. Then you click on check PIN code. That is your first process. Go to smarthub.nss.gov.gh and click on check PIN code. Are we on the same page? Right. Once you click on check PIN code, the system will lead you here. Now, over here, you need to link your email address. So once you input your email address, an OTP will be sent to your inbox. Then you enter it here. You do same with your phone number. So you need to link your phone number as well. Then your Ghana card number, very important. Please, for those of us who cannot differentiate between 0 and O, make sure you pay attention here. Now, if your Ghana card number contains 0, but you are typing O, the system will log you out. And after 3 attempts, you'll be logged out completely. So make sure when you are inputting your Ghana card number, you know the difference between 0 and O. It's very important, all right? Okay, so once you link it, then you now log on again to retrieve the PIN code. And this is a syntax of your PIN code. Right. Once you obtain the PIN code, the next step is for you to pay for it. Yeah, you need to pay for the PIN before you can register. Right, so you need to make the payment via MTN mobile money or ADB, okay? You can either pay through any branch of ADB or via MTN mobile money. With MTN mobile money, the steps are very simple. You dial your traditional *170 hash. You select option 2 for general payments, then option 2 again to pay bill. Now, you'll be asked to input your payment code. Please, the payment code, you type NSS, then you leave a space, then you type the PIN code. But don't worry, it's a very simple process. It will be displayed on your screen once you log onto the system, all right? But remember, you will also be asked for your reference number. Your reference number is NSS. Your reference number is NSS. That is if you want to pay via MTN mobile money. Once you complete the payment, and please, until the payment is completed, you cannot enroll. So you need to complete the payment before you can enroll. All right, so those are the options, either MTN mobile money or any branch of ADB. Now, you also need to complete your verification by taking a picture of yourself. You can either use the camera of the laptop you are using for the registration, or if you are using a mobile phone, there will be a QR code for you to scan to enable you take a picture of yourself. The system will direct you as to how you should position yourself when you are taking the picture, all right? Now, this particular picture will be used for your certificate as well as the picture that will appear on the face of your national service appointment letter. So please, make sure you take a standard passport picture. And as I said, the system will direct you. Make sure there is nobody behind you. We need to see only your face, okay? Yeah, so please, no shades, all right? For hijab, I'm sure you can wear them, but up to your ear level. So please take note of the specifications when you log on to register, all right? Okay. Right. So after you are done with this process, you now go online to do the registration proper. This is where you are going to fill the form for us to get you the NSS number, okay? So how do you enroll online? Very simple. The same smarthub.nss.gov.gh. This time around, you click on register online. Once you click on it, the form will be open for you to fill. Now, the form is just a single page form which has been segmented into 4, okay? But once you are done completing the filling, everything will be 1 page. I will walk you through a few technical things. The rest, you should be able to do them by yourself. First of all, provide your email address on the form. Very important, okay? Now, you also need to input your GPS address. Once you input the GPS address, the system itself will populate the rest of it for you. That is the location, and then the district in which you live. It's very important you provide that information. We may also give you the opportunity to provide your residential address aside the GPS. Now, this is very important with respect to especially the ladies who may be nursing mothers, lactating, or pregnant, or single parents. This is going to play a key role in where you are posted, okay? I will talk about that in the subsequent pages. Right. You will also be asked whether you are already employed. If you are already employed, we will post you back to your mother organization. So your national service is going to be a mere formality for you to obtain your certificate. But the definition of being employed here is that you should have worked for not less than 3 years. And you should be contributing to SNET. Okay? Right. If you are doing attachment or internship, you are not employed. So when you get to that section, you say no. But if you are employed and you want us to post you back to the same organization, you say yes. Once you say yes, the system will activate another box for you. So you select the name of the organization where you are working. Then you'll be required to upload an evidence. It can be your SNIT records, your appointment letter, or pay slip. Just for us to see the evidence that indeed you are employed. All right. Now, once you access to post you back to your mother organization, the only condition here is that for every month, you are going to pay national service 10% administrative charges, not 10% of your salary. Please listen carefully. 10% of the rate of the national service allowance. We will not pay you anything, but rather you pay to us 10% administrative charges. So kindly take note of that. So on a monthly basis, an invoice will be sent to your email, then you pay through that medium. Either Ghana.gov, Ghana Pay, whichever medium you'll be asked, you can pay through that channel. Okay. Right. Then you also have to select 3 regions of your choice. There's an operative word, distinct, which means you cannot choose one region 3 times. So there is nothing like Greater Accra, Greater Accra, Greater Accra. No. So choose 3 different regions. And mostly we will consider your first choice region. Now, for those of you who are employed, please make sure your first choice region is the region in which your office is located. This is because, for instance, if you work at GRA in Greater Accra, but you choose Ashanti region as your first choice, we will post you to GRA Ashanti region. So you make sure your first choice region is the region in which your office is located. Same applies to nursing, lactating mothers, and what have you. Okay, you'll be asked on the form whether you have any health condition. The health condition, that's what I spoke about. We look at nursing or lactating mothers, pregnant, if you are pregnant, if you are a single parent, if you have any illness, we consider all those ones before we post you. And if you're a woman and you are married, we also consider that. Now, if you fall under this condition, please make sure you capture your residential address correctly. And also, don't choose a region that is different from your residential address. So what I mean is, somebody can indicate on the form that he or she is a pregnant lady. She will go ahead and indicate Greater Accra as her first choice region, but choose a residential address in Ashanti. If you do that, you'll confuse us. We don't know where to post you. Do we post you to your first choice region or your residential address? And we don't want to separate you from your husband. We want you to have ample time for your husband, so that by 3 o'clock you close from work. If you have to pick your kids from school, you do so. And whatever you need to do, you can have ample time for your family. So we don't want to post you far from your husband. We want to maintain you within your vicinity. All right? And at times, we can even go to the extent of asking you to provide an institution within your own area that will be convenient for you. So we post you there. We also look at disability. If you have any disability, it is also available on the form. It's a drop-down menu. Once you indicate yes, it will pop up the options for you to choose. Okay? So we also know where to post you appropriately. Right. Once you are done, you have to submit the form. The moment you submit the form, the system will now generate what we call the NSS number for you. And you are only identified by your NSS number. We don't use names. So your NSS number is unique to you. Once you have the NSS number, if you have any private company or organization that wants to host you for your national service, you can simply print the page and give it to them for them to write officially to us. Alternatively, they can log on to myflair.africa on board and then input your NSS number. The system automatically posts you to that place. So you don't necessarily need to bring us a letter. If the company is available, you can let them know that there's myflair.africa. They can onboard and then do the posting by themselves. They don't necessarily have to come to us. Okay, we want to minimize the paperwork. So they just onboard and then place their request there. Whether they are looking for a specific individual or it's an open request whereby they will ask that anybody at all with a particular background they want can be posted there. So it's as simple as that. Right. Once your NSS number is generated, the system automatically generates what we call a dashboard for you. Okay. The dashboard is where you are going to print your national service appointment letter as well as your monthly and annual evaluation forms, which will be used for your certification. Okay. So now, let's say you are done. That is the end of the enrollment process. So as I said, within 5 minutes, you should be done. It shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. Right. So how do you check your posting then, after the postings are released? So this is how you are going to check your posting. You log on to the dashboard, smarthub.nss.gov.gh. Okay. Now, once you do that, the system will ask you to input your email address. That is the email address you used when you first log on to the system. The email address that you used when you first log on to the system. Okay? The system automatically created an account for you. So you use the same email. Once you input the email, an OTP will be sent to your inbox. You fetch the OTP, enter it here to validate it. Then you change your password. Anytime you are going to log into your password for your dashboard for the first time, the system will require you to change your password. Okay, so kindly take note of that. Right, so once you are done, the system will take you to your dashboard and you see your posting on the dashboard. So this is someone posted to the headquarters of the National Service Authority. Now, once you log onto your dashboard, your interest is what? To print your posting letter. You have to print the posting letter. Once you print the posting letter, on the dashboard, you click on print posting letter. I don't know if you can see that. I think it's a bit faint. So print posting letter. Once you click on it, the system will lead you here. You print. After printing the appointment letter or the posting letter, your first point of call is the place where you have been posted. So let's assume you have been posted to, let's say, Bank of Ghana, right? So you print the letter and proceed to the Bank of Ghana for whoever is responsible for national service persons to endorse your letter. The endorsement must come with the signature of the officer as well as the stamp. Okay? Once that is done, please log on to the dashboard again and book an appointment. We don't want a situation whereby all of you will come to the center. For Greater Accra, we have about 6 registration centers. Okay, depending on where you are posted, the system will give you an appointment center where you are supposed to go for validation or registration of your posting. So kindly take note of the process. Right. So once you click on book appointment, you have to select the date that is convenient for you. Select a date that is convenient for you. Now, when you click on a particular date or you select a particular date and you don't see time slots appear, it simply means that there is no available slot for that day. It doesn't mean your dashboard is not working. No. It means the day is fully booked. Therefore, you must change the date. It's as simple as that. Now, once you choose the date and you see these time slots appear, it means that you can choose a date and time that is convenient for you. If for any reason you choose a particular date and later on you realize that you have an emergency, you can equally go back to the dashboard and reschedule the appointment. So it's very flexible. Are we on the same page? Okay. Right. So once you do that, the system will generate a receipt for you. The receipt will give you the GPS address of the place where you are going. So for instance, if you are posted to University of Ghana, you'll be having your registration at the premises of Legon Presec. If you are posted to all the way from Shai Osudoku, okay, Shai Osudoku, Gan East area, Adenta, you have your center here. So depending on where you are posted, once you book the appointment, the system itself will give you the GPS address of the place where you are supposed to go for the registration. Please, don't just follow your friend. read the content of the receipt before you proceed. It's very important, right? Okay. Now let's look at how we are going to get paid. So your letters will come in 3 forms. You have the subvented category, non-subvented category, and then the employed category. If you are posted to the subvented category, this is how your dashboard is going to look like. And the medium through which we are going to pay you is Ghana Pay. All right? And fortunately for you, we have our partners here, Absa Bank, okay, whom we have taken through our processes. So we will advise that you register with them. So if you have any challenge, they can easily resolve it for you. All right? Okay, so once you print your letter and endorsement is done and you book your appointment, you proceed to the center and validate your posting. Once that is done and you are posted to the subvented category, as you can see from this sampled letter, when you look at the top, you see subvented category, NSP to be paid by NSS. It means that you have to get yourself the Ghana Pay number. Right. So once you validate, you will now be asked to input your Ghana Pay wallet number. Please, you make sure you will use your own Ghana card to register that particular phone number. The Ghana Pay number is just your normal phone number. It's just like mobile money. But make sure that number is linked to your own Ghana card. Don't use a phone number that is registered in your mother or your father or your brother or sister's name. If you do that, you cannot be paid. There will be a mismatch of records. So when that happens, what the system will do is that we will look at the name on the Ghana card as against the name on your national service appointment letter. If it doesn't match, you cannot be paid. You know the issues we are battling with already. So we don't want to entertain anything. So make sure you are going to use a Ghana Pay wallet number that is registered with your Ghana card. I repeat, a Ghana Pay number that is registered with your Ghana card. That is what we expect you to put here. All right. So after you are done, the regional office or your registration centers will give you 3 copies of the appointment letter. You are to keep the original letter, submit 1 photocopy to your district office, and also give 1 of the photocopies to the organization where you have been posted. So keep a copy, give your user agency 1 copy, and then send 1 copy to your district office where you have been posted. Very important. Right. Once that is done, latest by the 12th of every month, a form called monthly duty report form will appear on your dashboard. You are to print that particular form, give it to your head of department or immediate supervisor to fill the form for you. Once he or she is done, please return the form to your NSA district office for them to capture it. If the form is not captured on the system, you cannot be paid. So you are going to do this religiously on a monthly basis. Now, the form will appear on the 12th, but you can only submit the form from the 15th of the month. Between 15th and 20th, the form should be at your district office. Now, I told you that you are at liberty to choose the date and time that is convenient for you to come for the validation of your posting. But watch this. We will also pay you subject to the date you validated your posting. So if you register beyond 15th of any month, it means you don't qualify to be paid allowance for that month. So let me explain further. For instance, service begins 1st October 2025, and you registered on the 16th of October. It means you don't qualify to be paid October allowance. Rather, you have registered against the ensuing month, which is November. So this is how we calculate our month. From the 1st of the month to the 15th is the end. So 16th of a month, of a particular month, is the first working day of the coming or the ensuing month. So apart from the first month, The rest of the month, you are going to have your 30 or 31 working days. So please take note of the date. Don't register beyond 15th of the month. Other than that, you don't qualify to be paid. It's as simple as that. All right. So please, once you send the form to your district office, you make sure you log on to your dashboard to check whether indeed your form has been captured. So you simply will have to click on your alawa. If you click on your alawa, you should see the name of your supervisor, the reporting month, the number of days you were present at work. If you don't see that information there, it means the form has not been captured. We are doing this because we don't want a situation whereby you submit your form, but your district manager may refuse to capture it. So you quickly draw his or her attention so that the form will be captured for you. Because you sending the form is not enough. You have to also check, after 3 days, check on the system to see whether the form has indeed been captured or not. Other than that, I'm sorry, you cannot be paid. Now, with the Ghana Pay Wallet number, they have what they call KYC. And that is why I'm advising that you register with ABSA, because we have gone through the system with them. So when you register, we will advise that you ask them to increase what we call your KYC to level 2 or 3. This is because you can have level 1, which may be about 2,000 cedis. And let's say you already have some money on your wallet. Now, if you have about 1,000 or 2,000 on your wallet, and we are supposed to pay you an allowance for a particular month, because your KYC is 2,000 and you already have 2,000 on your account, your payment will not go through. So please take note of that. So when they do the wallet for you, tell them to increase your KYC to either level 2 or level 3, so that your daily transaction can be increased to about 3,000 to 5,000 to 30,000. Okay, so that in case you have money on the wallet already, you will not have a problem when payment is effected. Now, for those of us who will be posted to the non-subvented category, this means we've been posted to the private sector. Therefore, we are not going to pay you any allowance. Hence, you will not be going through this process. So you will not be printing the form on a monthly basis. No. Rather, your organization will pay you your monthly allowance. They can decide to pay you more than the rate of the allowance. That is cool. But they will have to pay National Service Authority 20% administrative charges. Therefore, if you are bringing any letter from any private company that is not abreast with this arrangement, then please let them know that they are going to pay you and also pay National Service 20% admin charges. Other than that, there will be a problem. Because if they fail to pay you, then we may have to take you from that place. Same applies to the 20% administrative charges. They will have to pay that to us. And as I said, if you are posted to the last category, which is the employed category, that one too, you will not be going through this monthly process of submitting your monthly form. Rather, you will be paying to us 10% administrative charges calculated on the rate of the National Service Allowance. I hope you are on the same page. Right. So your dashboard has a feed, like you'll be updated with daily news from NSS. The moment you log on to your dashboard, if there is any news, we have to let you know. It will be available on your dashboard. We are also on WhatsApp. I think we have a WhatsApp community. You can also join to get updates. But most importantly, when you log on to the dashboard, we have a feed there for you as well. So at this juncture, let me invite Absa Bank for them to speak with you for just 5 minutes. Afterwards, we take your questions. So kindly note down your questions, then we'll answer them for you once they are done with the presentation. 5 minutes. So you have it on a pen drive. You have, or you can just speak to them. They are going.
Are they done?
No, we are. When we are done, then we take your question. Let's start.
Who are those going?
They are going. So let's.
Hello? Hello? I believe we are not done yet. Are we? So unless we have some emergencies, we would indulge you to kindly just get settled, and we should be done shortly. Is that fair? Is that a fair ask? Yes? Okay, let's visit Parliament. Yeah. No. You want to close? Do you know what I have for you? And you want to go? Okay, go. Okay, so this is going to be very brief. It's going to be a short one. My name is Lawson. I'm with APSA. I'm responsible for deposits. What I quickly want to engage you on, and which is very important, right? The reason why for most of you are in school is for independence, correct? Independence, am I right? Good. So the processes you go through to acquire that independence, one of those is what we've just done with NSS, right? So that right after you are done with school, there are systems in place that you walk through. One of those is doing your national service. To earn that certificate is very important. I remember my days. Now, financial independence is critical. And one of those things you want to do is, where do you start it? So like I said, I'm with APSA Bank, and I'll share something briefly with what you need to do to start your financial independence. Is that a fair ask? Now, do you stay? Yes? Good. So what is it that the students need? What is it that you should be doing? What is it that you should be working towards? That which you are not taught necessarily in classroom, but then you need it. Right? Some of you are doing side hustles. Some of you are looking for, what do I do after national service? Okay? So one of the opportunities APSA presents to you is national service. Okay? So for the past 2-3 years, we have actually recruited well over 200 or so thereabouts national service personnel to come work with us. That is an opportunity NSS has just presented to us. Is that a fair one? Is that a good one? Okay. Now, doing national service in APSA is obviously a good startup, a good platform for you, right? But also we have other things which you call financial inclusion or financial information and things you should do. So for students and for most of you at this time, you're not working, right? And you really don't have an income coming for you. So what do? You need to have that account, that which comes to you, you put in there. A quick cycle for financial freedom is 1, earn an income. So if you're not earning income, you should start it. Find one now. Find a side hustle now. Number 2 is save. Yes? Income, save. Number 3, invest. The reason for saving is so that you can build capital. Get some 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 3,000, 10,000. Then you can put it into some investment, right? And then repeat. Do you get a cycle? Earn, save, invest, repeat. If you take this home, trust me, in the next 5-10 years, you'll be a different story. How then do you save? We have an account for you, okay? That comes with all the freebies that you would want. We know students don't like to pay. They like everything free. Are they like? So imagine that you have an account that actually gives you an international debit card. What an international debit card does for you is that you can swipe, you can buy from anywhere, and it is free. No libi-libi, no laba-laba, free. The account is an interest-bearing account that actually, as you bank with us, you are earning interest. Now, what you can do with this card is that you can shop from anywhere in the world. Guys, so if you are into side hustle, you are shipping, you have important things, and you are doing, drop shipping, etc., this is the account you want.
and you are paying nothing on that account. What more? You have something we call Ready to Work. Ready to Work is a platform, a digital platform that allows you to school yourself on how to do interviews. If you want to start your side hustle, we'll school you on that. If you want to do CV writing, all of that is free training that is made available to you just because you have an account you call Ignition account. Right now, we have our team seated outside there and registering all of us. If you are interested, guys, get to the team there when we are done, right? Or call up and they would come and attend to you. Or if for any reason you would have to leave here in a hurry, our branch is on campus and you can get there and you'll be attended to. The name of the account is Ignition account, okay? And indeed, we can do Ghana Pay as well for you. Because of the partnership we are doing with National Service, all of these platforms have been made available to you to enable your financial freedom journey to start. Is that a good one? Is that a good place to start? So guys, one of the first steps is get that account and start practicing savings. It is a habit you need to cultivate. It's a culture you need to build, and nobody does it for you. And when you've started, we can interact some more and give you some more financial tips so that tomorrow you can actually be proud, look back and say, this is the journey I started, and indeed, this is how it's paying back. The team is seated out there, and they're happy to attend to you. Thank you all very much for your time and attention. Okay, so we'll have Mr. Kodia come back. Thank you.
All right, so at this juncture, we'll attempt to answer your questions. So the floor is open. If you have questions for us, let's take your questions. No question? Okay, then. No, I think it's.
Come forward, come forward. You have a question, just come forward.
So we'll check you in. I think there are. I thought there was no question on this side.
Okay, good afternoon to all of you, and thank you so much for your presentation. My question is simple but puzzling. I have been thinking about this military training, and something came up. I'm of the view that if I go, because of what we have just gone through, that is the filling of the form and submitting to your district, if I go for the military training for at least that 2 months, will I be paid? Will I be fed? And if the government is going to feed me, will I still receive my allowances? Thank you.
Okay, my own is not a question, but I want to ask that. I want to say that not that we students after school don't want to go to the rural areas. It's not like that. But it's like I'm going to work at a place, a village. Where am I going to live? What am I going to eat? Do you yes, do you understand it? It's not that nobody wants to go to work at that sector. But let me cite an example here. I don't have any family member there. I don't have anybody. Before, when I was in school, I was hustling. So what money am I going to use to rent? So I'm just placing this as a petition before the government that they should do something about this. If they should post us in those places, they should give us accommodation and feeding. Because if they are going to pay us 700 or if that 1,000, it's not going to help us to rent, can it? Ladies, we have a lot, right? So please, my leaders here, I'm just giving this. I don't know either I'm sending you, but I'm sorry. You should tell the government that they should help us. Because me, I want to go and work at the rural area. But whom am I going to stay with? Well, like, I don't even know. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Please, my name is Daniel Amuzu. My question is very simple. It's based on the online registration. Please, the email address that we're supposed to use, is it the student one or personal one? Personal one. Thank you very much.
Hello. So please, I want clarity on the percentage of administration charges. I mean, the presenter said 10%, and she also said 20%. So I really want clarity on that. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the opportunity. My name is David Tapi, and then I would like to find out that can one be enrolled into a postgraduate studies without having the NSS certificate? Now, the second thing I have is a concern. I heard from the presentation that you can make payment for your NSS PIN using either the MTN Momo USD code or the ADB Bank, right? But then this is a world I see that even in the University of Ghana here, there are lots of actions being taken to improve the use of telecell networks. And I can see that majority of the students now are now using telecell networks. So how about the service association putting in initiatives that will encourage the use of telecell networks or provide an environment where students that are using this network will not be disadvantaged? Thank you.
Hello. I want to react to the question on accommodation and feeding. When you go to the districts, what normally happens is that the district managers are there to receive you. There are arrangements towards accommodation. By the time you get there, already your predecessors are almost finishing or are done with their service. So the very rooms that they are living in, the district managers in those districts are normally managing those accommodations. So by the time you get there, there is already vacant places for you. So getting accommodation, for yourselves is not too difficult. But your justification for not taking postings in the rural area is very unfortunate. Because I'm telling you, I am also, if you think it's victimization, then I also enjoyed that kind of victimization. I was posted somewhere far away from my home region. I went there and willingly I started the work. The good part of being posted to a faraway place is that when I got there, there was an intervention, an NGO intervention from UNICEF. They were doing something on girls' education. And since I was the only female around that community, I was nominated. And I worked with them until the whole program ended. And I bet you I got a lot of money from it. So most of the time, those who accept posting to those faraway places get a lot of goodies over there. So please, if you are not ready to go, don't make somebody who wants to go. Don't let them, feel afraid. Don't make them feel that going there is an abomination or, don't do that at all because there are a lot of goodies waiting for you there. That is it. And the person who wanted the difference between 10% and the 20%, the 10% goes to those who are already working. and they have to do their national service. At the end of every month, you take your salary. You take your salary, but you have to pay 10% of the national service allowance as administrative charge. For those of you who are working, you pay 10% of the national service allowance, not 10% of your salary. But for those who are posted, and that one, mind you, that one you yourself will have to pay. But for those who are posted to the private institutions, apart from paying you your allowance, they also have to pay 20% to national service as administrative charge. Is it clear? Yeah.
Okay, so you all know I'm not with national service, right? But I want to share my story when I did national service. So I went to tech, right? We are not in competition, are we? So in the year when I was doing my national service, I did everything possible to get an opportunity to do service in Accra. But a very close friend of mine didn't get that opportunity, so he was posted to the north. We were all gunning for Accra. He got to be posted to the north, in some village. I've forgotten the exact name. Now, during the service period, yes, I got all the niceties of Accra. But then, he didn't have problem with accommodation. You know why? Because the villagers received him. In fact, he was more than king. Food was a staple that was almost readily available for him. He hardly had to buy. Why? Because he brought them education. He brought them development. He brought them leadership. Again, similar to what my sister just shared, this gentleman today is still in the north. You know why? Again, an NGO opportunity, and he's doing farming. Today he has 3 businesses. He's not just working with an NGO, but he has a farm, he's into production, and he's also into the full agri-business chain. Indeed, I'm paid good salary, but the boy is making more money than myself. Guys, you see it? What am I saying? You think you are deprived in the rural area, but I can bet you that when you go to the rural area, you are more like the king in the land. Why? Because there are not so many of you. And when you put yourself to the wheel, I can bet you the opportunities there are way more. Because there's not much competition. None at all. Literally no competition. But you see the opportunities if you open your eyes, and when you put yourself to it, trust me that you will not want to come back to Accra. So when you do get that opportunity to go to the north, wherever, village, the mindset should not be, why me? In fact, before we finish, I yearned to go to the village and experience it, because the opportunity never came again for me to go back and experience something like that. The question should be, why not? And determine that when you go there, whatever opportunity there is, and I bet you there's opportunity everywhere, you would find it, you would exude it, and you make the best of it. Thank you.
All right, so the question on military training. Yes, whilst you are on the training, you'll still be paid your allowance. And you'll be given a uniform. Unfortunately, we didn't bring a sample here. You have your uniform ready. Okay? It's just like the military uniform. You'll be given your boots, everything. The president will come there, commission the project. Once you are done, you'll be given a certificate of training. Okay? So you'll be paid. Although you are not working, but you still be paid your monthly allowance. And you'll be fed as well. Okay? All right. Then somebody asks whether he can postpone national service and do masters, right? If I have the question correctly. So we have what we call deferment of service. So if you are trailing some courses in school, and therefore you cannot do your national service for that year, you can defer. If you have a health condition that will not warrant you to proceed with the service this year, you can equally defer. Then if you also want to do further studies, you can apply and defer so that when you are done with your master's, you will come in to apply as a private candidate to do your service. Now, for the ladies, in the course of the service period, if you take seed or you get pregnant, you don't have to stop service. Okay? The law enables you to go on 3 months maternity leave. So all you have to do is to inform us that you are proceeding on your maternity leave. You don't have to stop. Then when you are done with the service, for those of you who will be posted to the government sector, we are going to pay you your initial and after service T&T, in and out. In addition to 2 luggages, we'll pay that money to you, depending on where you are coming from, all right? So you take note of that. So any other question for us? Please, if you, last 3, if there is any other question, please come and then we take your questions and go. Let's take the final 3.
Okay, so it still has to do with the military training. So I want to know, I learned the piloting is starting in August, and some of us are not done, wouldn't be finishing school by then. So I don't know if the training is going to be done whilst we are in school, or
okay, so my question is, how do I apply if I want to be part of the people who want to be recruited in the military this thing? How do I apply? Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I have 2 questions to ask. The first one has to do with the having an issue with your Ghana card. So let's say you have an issue with your Ghana card. The date, maybe you have an issue with the date of birth with your Ghana card. So how are you going to register? Will you use that same Ghana card to register, or maybe you have to go and correct it? And the second one has to do with whether is it compulsory to use the Upstart Bank account to register for your national service, or if you have any other account, you can also use that one. Thank you.
Yeah, so for the military training, we are hoping that you exit from school before the program starts, okay? But mind you, in the letter to your school, we indicated to them that if you will not complete school by a certain date, then they are not supposed to add your name to the list. Because we don't want a situation whereby national service has started and you are still in school. So there's a specific timeline we give to your school that if you are not going to complete school by that date, then you cannot be part of national service. But we are hoping that as soon as the program starts, you'll be out of school by then. Yes, and then on the form, you have to indicate, okay, you provide your trouser length, your shirt neck size, and all that. Then we have our own selection procedure. So we'll let you know whether you qualify or not. All right? Yeah. Yeah, so the last question about the Ghana Pay. As I said, you are at liberty to choose any bank, but ABSA is our partners, okay? They know a lot about our system, so if you have a challenge, they will be in a position to address it quickly for you, rather than if you are banking with, or your Ghana Pay is with a different bank. That is why they are here, to take you through the process. So any challenge, they understand our system. So resolving it for you will be much easier than you signing on to a different bank, all right? But it doesn't mean if you have the wallet from a different bank, you cannot use it. You can. All right, so, so I will leave the podium for the SRC Vice President. He has some information for you. Thank you so much for your attention. We wish you the best of luck in your service here. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you for the patience and thank you for coming for today. In fact, I think this program was held in the right direction because, God willing, tomorrow, the SRC, in collaboration with the Career and Counseling Directorate of the university, is organizing a career day event for all students. And in fact, the NSS administrators made us aware that a lot of us would have to go to the private sectors. And that is why we have brought organizations and institutions that have come to give us opportunities to do NSS. I mean, we've gone far from internships. So now it is about getting NSS opportunities. I have some of us who call on me sometimes to help you with NSS opportunities. But it is best to have a personal relationship with these organizations and institutions that are coming here, God willing, tomorrow at the City Conference Center at 9 a.m. So tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the City Conference Center, you come and engage various institutions and various organizations that are here to offer you job opportunities after school. As part of that, on 22nd of June, the SRC is organizing the SRC Invasion Program at the University of Ghana Stadium. It is a gospel program that I believe, to me, it's a farewell to all final year students for us to go and thank God for the 4 years we have spent in University of Ghana. In fact, it has not been easy. The whims and caprices of being in University of Ghana, we are finally leaving campus, and then we are supposed to go and express our gratitude to God Almighty. So on 22nd of June 2025, there will be the UGSRC Invasion Program at the University of Ghana Stadium. There will be item 13 available for all students. There will be transportation from every hall to the University of Ghana Stadium. And then I believe we can have a successful gospel program. Thank you very much for coming.